poppin', I'm a blossom. I don't need a Batman to my Robin. I'm official, on a Gotti. You can hear the vroom vroom in my Rari. I'm not sorry, no, I'm not sorry. It's official, I'm a problem. I done made it this.
Almost annoying being a YouTuber and saying, you know what, today is the day that I feel good. Like, you get so excited and you tell your platform how today is the day that I feel great. Today's the day that I feel amazing. Today is the day that I'm going to drop something so important to me, and then something small sets that off and you don't feel that anymore. And to your platform, you just look like you can't deliver. Anybody who's feeling unmotivated, it's okay. This is why we have discipline in place. For the times that you feel unmotivated, you should be disciplined enough to push through. And I lack that in this season, but things aren't going to stay that way. That's not me. I know it's not me. I'm now putting that back in place, and we're sticking to it. We're putting a schedule in place. Not even YouTube. Me getting myself together. That's what's most important. Me and my mental and physical period. Sometimes you have to go through these seasons in order to become who you really were meant to be. This is a challenge, and I'm up for it. Although I'm not alone, I tend to feel that way a lot of the times. But I've been trying to tell myself that as a human being, it's okay not to be okay. I try to unplug for a little while and just reflect and think about where I'm at in life. It's scary and even somewhat embarrassing sometimes to admit that I have absolutely no idea what the future holds for me. At one point, I got to the point where I completely understood the concept of everything is under God's control. But I have to be honest and say that I lost that. No matter how hard I try, there's absolutely nothing that I can do to control what happens. And this is something that all of us are dealing with and going through 100% of the time. This thought always randomly hits me and I feel completely overwhelmed. I want to understand my purpose because I don't want to roam through life freely with no true guidance. Because for me, without true guidance, I have this constant reminder of the possibility of failure, which creates doubt. My doubts and fears play a huge part in my decision making, and I truly act out in weird ways. I make myself truly overwhelmingly busy to distract myself from myself, which only works for so long. The second I get free time, my mind goes crazy. It's easy to say that I don't care about any of this and pretend to know it all / have it all together, but it's truly not true. Most times I care too much. I want to be loved and liked. Both the positive and negative comments affect me, just in different ways. But the reality is, sometimes I'm clueless and not everyone will like me. I'm learning how to accept that I'm doing my best. Mindset is everything. And as long as I hold on to that, I'll forever be where I'm meant to be. I have to stop holding myself back. I have to stop being afraid of the unknown. That's absolutely no way to live. At each stage of our lives, there will be new challenges. We just have to determine how we'll deal with them. My focus is now who I want to be and not what I want to be. I just basically want to give you guys a look on how I've been feeling lately and, basically how I plan to fix it as well. Today, I made the active decision that I'm going to get up, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be in good spirits regardless of what happens. Ultimately, I'm going to be appreciative of what's happening in this season right now because I really honestly and truly think that this is all a test. And it's all a part of what I'm asking for. If you all remember on New Year's, I made a vision board. And on my vision board, the thing that I had put in the middle was self-worth. Like, I really wanted to, deem myself worthy of any and everything in this world. And I think the things that I'm going through right now are, like, in weird ways teaching me that. In order to have self-worth, you have to have, like, a self-realization. You have to hold yourself accountable for things. And I think that's what I've been doing. And I've been allowing myself to sit in the feelings that I've been having and in the moods and in the thoughts, addressing them. And it's just like, it's so weird because although everybody wants to be like self-aware of like themselves and their surroundings, it's like almost being ignorant is like bliss sometimes. The more you find out about yourself, the more you find out about the world. I just feel like sometimes, depending on the person, either the more motivated you become or the more sad you become. And it can even be both. You can become sad, which then triggers motivation, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what's happening. The more I'm finding out about myself, the more I just have questions, the more I'm trying to figure out more, the more I'm having conversations, the deeper it gets. So just something that's like really coming from my heart, and that's really me right now.
Lady, come in, let me tell you something. Lately I've been wondering if you could be mine forever. See you was like God, he must be up to something. Know you tired of running, let's just stay here together. I know your mama told you don't let guys go running off with your love. You don't even open up, so your heart can't get crushed. You've been let down so many times, you wonder if you need to get up. You done been through too much.
I just got back from the gym. My battery died at the gym. I just came home and switched to my other battery, but apparently that one's dead too, so this may not last too long. I cleaned my room actually, and I collected all my dirty clothes. Then I have a pile of clean clothes. I have clean clothes in this bag, in that bag, and then I have this huge pile of clean clothes. So I'm about to go through the clothes. But before I get in the shower and get comfortable and start watching YouTube videos and stuff, I was like, let me knock this out. Hopefully I'll even be able to knock out my kitchen. I'm doing 2-a-days until I reach my goal of losing, I'm gonna say I'm gonna do 2-a-days until I lose 10 pounds. So but if I thoroughly enjoy it, then I'm gonna keep it up. It just really depends. I'm gonna hit the gym again later, and I'm excited about that. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Last I talked to y'all, I told y'all I was going to work, and I did. I got off at about like 5:40, so I went straight in the area of the gym right across the street. There's like a grocery store, so I went to Aldi again. Right now I'm actually about to finish. It's 8:41, which I'm happy and upset about. This is my first time like having like a really like I've been at it all day, like between cleaning, working out, and working like all day. I know this is gross, but I have some dishes I need to clean, but then I'm also cooking. I don't typically want to cook this late, that's why I'm doing something pretty fast. So I'm gonna do ravioli with red sauce, and then I'm gonna have a side Caesar salad. But I figured I would let you guys watch me wash some dishes. Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
What do you do like when you're feeling like stuck or unmotivated or like scared to take the next step into like a new project or anything?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't. don't be afraid. Seriously, like if you think about all the jobs I done try to create or did this or did it, I just did it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it and then deal with whatever afterwards, and which is not smart at all. But it's kind of hard to answer that question.
What about when you feel unmotivated? Do you ever have that feeling when you're like, dang, like...
I get that all the time.
So how do you get out of that?
Music, exercising.
Mm-hmm.
Like exercising definitely take me there. And audiobook.
If you had to date back to your 5-year-old self, do you think that like you would be proud of who you are today?
I am, because I hate to regret stuff. Because if I regret, then I mean I won't have my children. I don't know, and we tell y'all, but I came from a household where I didn't have what y'all had. You know, we had to worry about what we was going to eat. Literally, y'all never had that issue. We had to worry about, is the lights going to get cut off? Is the heat going to get cut off again? I got to go across the street with 2 5-gallons of bucket to get water. That shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was, I mean, it was real, real tough. And then mom and dad on drugs, parties in our house every night, you know, everybody intoxicated. And yeah, I mean, y'all might not have the happiest childhood of this and that, but I'm like, I did a hell of a job. It was really fucked up. It was tough. So I'm definitely, you know, and you guys have to look at that too. You know, like I always say this, a man once complained about not having no shoes until he met a man who ain't had no feet, you know, and sometimes we got to be mindful. Like, I'm like, I need my own gym, man. I want to buy my gym. Now I'm so happy I'm signing the lease. Yes, I know one day I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm signing a lease. I don't own it, but it's still my business, and I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm fine with that. So that's why I'm coming to, because it's gonna just open up other things, you know, for the future anyway.
What do you do like when you feel unmotivated? Like to pick yourself back up?
I like to go walking. I like to meditate, and sometimes I just have to get that emotion, whatever the emotion is. Like some days I just have to just cry. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I have to get it out because I can feel the pressure in my body. Mm-hmm. So kind of like an explosion. Next.
The next question is, okay, so if you had to go back to your like younger self, did you see yourself where you are right now? Like, do you think that person would be happy, you know, proud of where you've gone or where you like came, or do you think they would be like, oh, like I thought I was gonna be this, or you know?
Yeah, I think that my 5-year-old self will be disappointed. They didn't really have the proper example of being a parent and balancing if I was going to school or balancing if I was going to work. Like once I became a parent, everything went into survival mode because I wanted to make sure that my children didn't have the same upbringing that I had. Because I always grew up where it was like, well, what we gonna eat? Mm-hmm. Well, if you come home, are the lights gonna be out, or are we gonna have gas, or even if it was gonna be a fight or anything going on in the house. So I always wanted it to be like different from that. Like just to see how you guys came out, like I'm proud of that. But to see how myself, I think that is things that I would do differently.
Like what?
I mean, not having a child at 17.
But you wouldn't have all of this.
All this show them. I mean, yeah. No, and it's not that I don't love and adore you, but it also means that I had to stop being a teenager to be on my own.
So basically that's everything. Like I just been feeling super unmotivated, but and I'm accepting that that's okay for me to feel unmotivated, but I do have to change my mindset. I'm taking accountability for my part of it. Why be scared of the future when I have zero ideas? Like, yeah, I could fail, but sometimes failing is good. It's a learning lesson. And I'm trying to hurry up because I'm picking them up from school. But anyway, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who have still been purchasing when I haven't even posted anything to promote myself, to be active on YouTube. Like I've still been getting orders, and that's like amazing. So thank you so much. And to the people who have been reaching out to me asking, am I okay because I haven't been posting? I love you all so much. And I just really needed to like step back for a moment and just like feel, basically. And I would recommend this to any and everybody going through something similar. So see you guys in my next video.